Okay, in this video, I'm going to go through a few of the photos from a recent engagement, a couple's photo shoot, and I'm going to be basically doing some hair cleanup and scene cleanup, which is one of the most popular things that I get asked on how to do is how to remove stray hairs, how to remove stuff from the background of photos just to make them look cleaner and less distracting. Let's get on with it. So I've got all my photos here. I've got about maybe 10 of them or so. Let's start with this one. It was really windy. Like it was windy today. You don't usually think of Texas as being very windy, but it was. And Cynthia has a lot of beautiful hair. I love long hair, but boy, is it hard to work with at photo shoots sometimes when the wind is just going crazy. So right now I'm using the Spot Healing Brush Tool. I love it. Spot Healing Brush Tool right there. It's J for Jesus, because this heals your photos and it makes them so much cleaner. I use this for pimples. I use this for all kinds of stuff, hair, trash on the floor, blemishes you don't want. I use it a lot. Now, I don't use it for all hair removal. I'll show you in a second why. I'm about to do a little bit heavier work. I want to get rid of these little stray flyaways. But I start with this. This is like the outer stuff, the easier stuff. And then I'll start using the clone stamp tool next. Okay, so that's pretty good. I'm honestly going to crop this in a little bit because look at all this headroom. It's not serving any purpose. It looks weird. And because this wall is so bright, there's extra brightness on top and it leads the viewer's eye to the top of the photo. You want to be careful where the eye is drawn. And also a little bit of clutter over here. I think it's a person. So if we crop it in, I can get rid of that. Also a mop bucket of some kind there. So C for crop. I'm going to keep the constraints on, so set it to original ratio. And if I drag the top handle down, good, that gets rid of the headroom. They're still centered. Maybe move it over a little bit towards her. I'm getting these third lines lined up with their eyes. There we go. Awesome. So no more clutter over there and less headspace. Enter. All right. Now let's go to the next tool, which is S for clone stamp. So on Windows, I hold Alt to sample from a clean area in Paint. On Mac, it's Option, I believe. So this is literally copy and pasting in the form of a brush. Now you don't want to get rid of all the stray hairs because then it's just as too clean and perfect. But the ones that stand out, that draw my eye to them, that one actually, when they probably use the healing tool on. The ones that distract you, that's usually the ones they get rid of. If this tool is too noticeable, you can put it at 50% opacity and just paint halfway over things to lessen them. Be careful that you don't start creating patterns because then it gets really obvious. Okay, let's get rid of this guy over here. Or girl. Let's see how that does. You usually want to paint a little bit thicker. Oh, nice. Thicker than the object you're erasing, just to be safe. And I'm going to clone stamp these away. There we go, just soften it. Great, this little curly one on the chest here. I love curly hair. You know who doesn't love curly hair? People who have curly hair. All right, nice. This is distracting me too. I'm getting a little OCD here. Just kind of going over the area to smooth it out. If I really need to, I can use the paintbrush to paint some pink on top of here. I think that's okay. Awesome. His hair was a little windy too. Maybe I'll sample from up here. Smaller brush makes for a harder edge because I do use a soft edged brush. Right click. I think it's called like basic. Where is it? I forgot. Standard brush in Photoshop. All my brushes are customized now, so they have different names and they're in different places now. Okay, done with that one. Oh, you know what? This thing right here is just driving me crazy. I'm going to sample from up here, line it up, and goodbye. Goodbye, distracting thing. I don't know what that is. Now I'm going to do the opposite from down here. I'm going to put my brush at 50% opacity to paint in the middle, to basically do a kind of a gradient to slowly cover up that area. There we go. No one's going to look at that and say, you know what, there used to be something there. All right, done with that one. Close, save. Yes. All right. So this is a great photo. We got some hair flying up there. He has a lot of awesome hair too, by the way. I told him at the photo shoot, y'all's babies are going to have the most amazing hair. And they totally agreed. So we're going to fix that. And then this light flare from my speed light was right over here. I had to get it really close to get the look I wanted. So we're going to copy this column on top of there. Let's do that first. So marquee tool, which is M, and I'm using the rectangle selection. I'm going to grab more than I need. Control C, Control Shift V to copy and paste onto a new layer right here. Now I want to flip it. So I'm going to do Control A to select the whole layer. Edit, transform, flip, horizontal. There we go. Mirror image. Now there's obviously the edge of this layer right here that's not blending. So we're going to add a masking layer, click on the masking layer, B for brush, paint with the color black, and we can mask away the areas that don't match up. And I really should get exact along this edge. So I'm actually just going to use the, what is this? A quick selection tool. It's really, really nice. Oh, I love this tool. Look at this. I'm just dragging downwards and it is perfectly selecting that column. Oh, that's a composite editor's dream right there. Automatic selections that are actually good and useful. Now that I have this selection made, I'm going to click on the mask and I'm going to invert the selection. Oh, select, inverse. Now I can paint this whole area black, which will make it go bye-bye. And just to make sure I didn't miss any spots. Yeah. Now we can see the original column underneath here, which is weird. So I could maybe move this in and crop in a little bit. So just drag it over to cover it up. Yeah, it looks a little asymmetrical. I tried to get my camera right in the middle. I tried my best. So crop in. Awesome. There's a little something here from the old column. Oh, that's a little light stand behind there. I'm just going to clone stamp that away. Oh, there's a little bit of column there and some column there. Let's get rid of this. Oops, we don't want that. Start from that crack because the bricks are patterns, so you just gotta use it. Don't fight it. This is a little tricky down here. Not my best, not my proudest moment. Let's see, what can I do? This is really tedious. More than it usually is. Let's just do this. Nope. Okay, good enough. Down here looks a little weird. What's going on here? Let's just do some more painting of brick. Painting some brickiness. There we go. Okay. So before, after, impossible lighting, right? Where is this light hitting? We don't know. We don't care. It's a beautiful photo. And it's a little crooked. Watch this. If I draw a guide, the background ledge, it is not even. So I'm going to go to crop and then, straighten. Here it is, straighten. I love this tool. So you draw along the lines of your image. It's snapping to that guide. There we go. And then it corrects it. There we go. It's like 1 degree off. And is it level? It's not. It's because that guide is in the way. Let's do it again. C, straighten, click on the top of the ledge, top ledge over there. There we go. Okay, good enough. Let's fix this hair. Click on the correct layer, which is the bottom layer. Clone stamp tool, sample from the blue sky. Do kind of a jittery, imperfect edge for his hair. And I realize the colors are not the same. So I'm going to make a bigger clone stamp at 50% opacity and just paint over to kind of smooth out the edges. Awesome. No one will know. These power lines are annoying me. Let's see if the spot healing brush can get rid of them. Yeah. Now I got the power lines. I hate power lines. Ugh. Sometimes spot healing brush works and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm just going to paint over them. And cheat. They're out of focus, thankfully, so they're not as obvious. Paint a little bit in there. Okay. Oh, over here. Jeez. Why do I do this to myself? I don't know. Perfection. Perfectionist here. All right. Sweet. Any other weird things you want to remove? The dress looks good. No trash on the ground. Everything else is symmetrical. What is that little thing? That's a light post. I'm going to make a polygon lasso selection there. Just going to grab this area and then paint over it. There we go. Awesome. No, literally no one would ever notice that, but you know what? I would. All right, so that's done. We need to flatten this because it's got layers. Then we can close and save changes to that JPEG. And yes, I am editing JPEGs. Okay, this one. Oh, we got a light stand here. Polygon lasso tool. Grab that. Shift F5 for content aware fill, and boom, it's gone. I'm using spacebar and click, by the way. It allows you to pan around your shot. Okay, I'm going to use my my method I showed in another video. I'll link down below, where I basically draw a quick mask over the part of their face I want to keep. And then I invert that, and I use that to protect the good parts of the hair, and I erase everything outside the mask, or outside the selection. Pretty quick, as you can see. Okay, now Q to turn off quick mask. Control Shift I to invert the selection. So now everything but her head is selected, and I can do this pretty easily. Oh, I got it backwards. Control Shift I again. The selection was correct the first time. Look at that. Awesome. Right around her head. Ooh, love it. This is a little tricky right here because we got a light. Oh, you know what? I'll sample from this light. Paint it on top of this light. Nice. Yeah, too much. Got to be careful where your samples are coming from. All right. Do I want to remove this hair? I guess I will. Okay. Looks good. It's a little fadey around the edges, which doesn't look great. See if I can erase this long hair. Good old wind. Choking my client with her own hair. Here, I'm just using a really soft opacity clone stamp to do that. Okay. His hair looks good. Her hair looks good. This white thing is really distracting me. Using a low opacity just to blend in what I just did to the surroundings. Nice and sneaky. Awesome. Close, save changes. All right, this one's pretty crazy. We got a lot of hair, and this is actually a little blurry. I'm gonna do some Smart Sharpen. I really like the Smart Sharpen filter. It works pretty good on photos that are a little bit soft. Okay, I think I'm gonna use that same trick. QB, paint in a good area. Cheek, chin, neck, shoulder. Q to turn that off. S to sample for a clone stamp. And just paint it all out of there. Got a crease here. Don't know if you can hear my dog next to me, but she's going crazy on the seat next to me. Okay, get rid of that selection so we can move on. Got some really long hair. I did not see these hairs when I was shooting. I was having way too much fun. Got distracted. Awesome, this little hair. Maybe get rid of that. Whoop. Bye-bye. A little something here. Maybe some gum or some trash. Awesome. All right. Close, save changes. This one, I just wanted to remove this lantern because it's directly above the head. You want to avoid having things behind the head and above the head because it's distracting. Because our eye is, ew, that did not do a good job. Come on, Photoshop. Our eye is naturally drawn to people's heads and eyes, and then whatever, usually what is behind or above. So got to be real careful. This is not a great job. And we have to do some, opacity painting. There we go, just to blend it in. Here's a shadow. Try to keep the brick pattern consistent if you can. The blurrier it is, the better it is. There. Not bad. Oh, and this thing too. Let's see how this erases a circle on a 3-dimensional surface. Yeah, it looks okay. I might want to paint a little crease in there. There you go, cool. Have them do some dancing, and of course, you know, they didn't really know how to dance, so they were laughing at themselves, and that's always a good thing. Oop, that one is really distracting me now. Oop, here we go. Awesome, and over here we got some trash. Great. Close and save changes. This one, we had a big old sign that I just I couldn't get out of the shot. I tried my best to compose it differently, but I was really limited. Oh, nice. That did it. Behind her is a really ugly lock on this fence. And so, yeah, put people in front of ugly things. Okay, that one's done. His hair looks good. Her hair looks good. Oh, we got a little thing here. It's kind of random. Whoop. Maybe clean up some of these blotches on her face. I don't do a lot of retouching on people. In case you're wondering, it's not a retouching video. So don't complain in the comments. All right, let's use our masking trick. So Q and then B for brush. Wait, this is a quick mask, which when you press Q again, it goes back to normal mode and it turns this red brushed area into the non-selected area. So outside the red is selected. Okay, that's good. So Q, now outside of her is selected. See, I'm painting. Okay, so S, let's sample this beautifully bokeh blurry tree, which I love blurry backgrounds. Because of this, I need to do hair cleanup. It's great. Maybe clean up some of these little light holes. Awesome, his hair looks great. Look at this guy, man. Look at that amazing hair. Wow. This pose, I didn't really like her pose. I should have had her bend a knee, this back knee or this front knee. And maybe that hand up on a hip because it's just kind of awkwardly holding her dress. But, you know, they look good. No hair in their face. He's got a little scar here that's kind of shining. Now, since I said I'm not doing retouching, I'm doing retouching. Okay. Oh, gum. Come on, people. Who spits their gum on the ground these days? Seriously. Close, save changes. 12. Why is 12 top quality and not 10? Very strange. All right, now we can do some hair cleanup on him. And of course, make sure your brush here is at 100% opacity. Okay. Q, S, sample, paint. Can't get much easier than that. Well, unless you don't have those memorized, then it is not easy. Shortcuts, keyboard shortcuts is the key to efficiency. Working quickly and smarter instead of harder. I use so many keyboard shortcuts, it's crazy. Sometimes when I'm showing people an edit that I've done or I'm editing in front of them and I'm not like really teaching them, they're just kind of watching for the fun of it. They'll see my hand just going over the keys and things happening on screen. And they're like, well, what are you doing? Did you just mind control your computer? Oops, Q. And I said, no, I'm just using keyboard shortcuts. Because I don't got time to be clicking through menus and right clicking and stuff. Changing tools with the mouse. Huh. So 2003. All right, I should have selected him. I'm gonna keep that straight here there. Getting real close to his jacket. Nice. That looks great. Little hair there is fine because that is part of her bang. There's no way I'm erasing that one. Boop, boop, boop. I do a little makeup on the side, you know, side hustle in Photoshop. Oops. Shiny scar, pimple. Be careful about removing freckles and moles because that is kind of part of someone's face. It's not a blemish. Even though you might think of it, it is if you don't have one. Cool. That looks, oh, what a great portrait. I love it. Green, clean white. Their faces are well lit. Perfect. Save. QB. I'll call it my QB. The Dano Grove QB method. I would love to have a method of something named after me. So cool. For you photographers out there, look up the Brenneiser Method from Ryan Brenneiser. I think he's in New York. This is not a new thing, maybe to you, but this guy made this really clever way, oh my gosh, of doing portraits. Panoramic portrait with really shallow depth of field, but a wide camera view angle, wide field of view, wide angle, which, as you may know, is kind of impossible. Yeah, so check out Brenneiser Method. One day I'll have a Daniel Grove method. That's a little dim. I'm gonna brighten up with some curves. Yeah, just a touch. Get rid of those little pop marks there, scars. Awesome. Love it. Look at all that hair. Ugh, sorry. I'm a hair guy. I love hair. All right, 2 distracting things here, and they're both the same color. The fire alarm, control, that was Shift F5. And then this guy, just chilling. And I did try to compose him out of the shot, but I just couldn't. So let's see if we can make a believable pattern out of this. I usually avoid doing patterns, but when there's a handrail, oh, it's kind of sloping upwards. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of going upwards a little bit. Let's make sure we're painting straight across. So here is the pole. Paint horizontally, or your pattern will start to shift upwards. Oh, look at that. Nice. Yes. And there's a little spot of red right there. Okay, that's amazing. Love when things like that actually work. Cool. If you want to draw a little extra glow on lights, make a new top layer, put it on screen mode. B for brush. I made my own custom super soft brush. I'm gonna put it on like a pale yellow color, size it down. And if you press caps lock, your brush cursor turns into just the crosshair, which for me helps me kind of pinpoint where I'm drawing. So I'm just drawing little dots of light over these. And remember, this is on screen mode. So it just really helps with the glow. And then back here, maybe do some light ones. Just for consistency. Okay, and if it's too bright, you can turn this layer down a little bit. Cool. You may like it, you may hate it. Put it at 50%. There we go. It's a little glow. And this floor is bright, so I'm going to make a levels. I'll do a curves adjustment layer. Darken it. And then instead of having this darken the whole picture, I'm going to paint in white on the mask. Oops, I'm still in caps lock. There we go. There. So I literally painted in the curves layer right where I wanted it. And actually, I'm going to darken the background a little bit too. Cool. So before, after. Kind of a vignette. This is the mask of the curves layer. If you don't understand that, I have a video of curves layer adjustment layers. You definitely need to learn to use those because they are amazing. Hairs are fine. Yeah. Flatten that. Man, that's a good photo right there. Save it. Yes. Okay, well, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a few tricks from it. If you have any questions or if I said something wrong, which I always do, comment down below, let me know so I can clear it up. And if you want to see more videos like this, more edits, special effects, retouching, compositing, if you want to see more kind of edit walkthrough videos, let me know and I'll do some more of them because I want to do more photography content on my channel. It is Daniel Grove Photo after all, not Daniel Grove Blender, because I've been doing a lot of 3D stuff. But let me know what you want to see and I'll do my best to make more of that. Thanks for watching and have a great day.